snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. The final week into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Throwing is Hurts. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the... end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run in.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I had to look down, but yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Boy, did they ever. And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about a tone setter. Now your whole entire defense is thinking, okay, when do we get our next one? Can't wait to get back out on the field and get after them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Hurts. Out of his hands quick to Jackson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's swung out wide to Sanders. Touchdown! Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They go play action. Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the 2nd of 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Jordan Davis in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. On play action, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to have the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. this for a start. 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Throwing, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 21-0 our score after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's Hurts to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, This drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 35 on second down, Cousins swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Cousins to throw it. And Cook has it left side. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start hurts him there a bit, backs him up to 2nd and 9. They'll throw again. Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Davis in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. 3rd and long for Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 4th down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. But 1st down, Hurts. And that's going to be caught front. Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around. After the sack on 1st down, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A 1st down throw for Cousins. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Cousins now. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. DJ Wanham got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. And that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning, because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays, his numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Cousins again. And he finds his target, Ebron. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. Cousins. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe...
And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. DJ Waddle, his 2nd sack of the night. The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. .54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Cousins now from the 50. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. He's got room past the 30. Now he's free to midfield.
20, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not where they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
A big play there out of Cook. 42 yards. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
To throw, Cousins. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And Wilson with it, complete.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down.
From the red zone now, Cousins.
Going right back to Wilson. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Cook is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball.
Touchdown, Vikings! Eric Ebron from 3 yards out.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game.
This is caught at the 20.
They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
A big play there for Philly. 51 yards.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Eagles continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as he just ran on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins. And that's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
18 Cardinals.
Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jackson.
Here we go,
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Let's go now.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's brought in by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They go play action with Hurts. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. To try again after the sack. Hurts. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's Jackson again on the reception. They find some open field here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. It's a squib kick. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Right side caught by Jackson. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that play, a mess from beginning to end.
Especially since not only do you take what likely would have been 3 points off the board, but now after the return, the other guys are set up with terrific field position. So essentially, you've traded what we think would be 3 points to a possible 6 points, but for the other team. That's a bad trade no matter how you look at it.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory.
I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Our fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Eagles, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.